All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Betting by the Numbers, a sports betting YouTube and Discord channel dedicated to taking the decision-making process out of the hands of idiots who lose, like me, and into the hands of idiots who win. Great night last night. We had a PrizePicks that hit 3 legs and then pushed 3 legs, so still a winner. I think they paid out 2.5 or 2.25. And then we had a live, if you were following along on the Picket and the OddsJam Discord, we had a live 3-man fourth quarter PrizePicks. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Anthony Edwards. That hit easily. So that was a great little payout to increase the bankroll. So we are going to be being smart with it, continue betting the same units we normally would, and practice safe betting. We're going to go over game lines and player props today. Just a reminder, when we get to game lines, that's not nearly as data-driven as necessarily the player props are. So don't take that as maybe an exact science. Follow at your own risk. I have had tendencies to go on great runs, especially in college basketball and NFL. NBA, I just have to pick the series and really zone in. So I feel pretty comfortable about tonight's games, but let's get into them. So we're going to quickly go over the NBA playoffs and look at the slate of all the games and then get into the PrizePicks. And then we will check out if there are any lines we want to take. So first we have Knicks Cavs. That is a 3-1 series to the Knicks. Cavs 4.5 to 5.5 on the line with 63% of the cash and 62% of the tickets. Lakers Grizzlies. Grizzlies have gone to 3 to 4 point favorites with 70% of the cash and 62% of the tickets on them. Heat and Bucks. Those are all 3-1 series with the team up 3 on the road. So the Bucks have gone from 10 to 11.5. But 60% of the tickets and 51% of the cash are on the Heat, which telling me the Bucks are getting even more heavy juice. Finally, the nightcap, Warriors, Kings 2-2. Warriors have gone from a pick'em to -1.5, 54% of tickets, 58% of the cash. That's going to be my first pick of the night. Warriors get it done. I just think the Kings are going to start getting tired. I don't know if they're built quite yet for this run, and I think that the Warriors I think they're going to come in thinking we have to win tonight so we can win it. We're not going 7. So I think Clay and Steph both show up tonight. I think Clay maybe has one of his big games, which would help a parlay play we had yesterday. So that's going to be my first pick is Warriors money line. We're going to put a unit on that. Looks like we got a full slate of baseball. Everything in the NL doesn't start till tonight. But we do have some day games in the AL. We got 3 games in the day game or in the AL, starting at noon Central Time, and then we have some interleague play also started at 11. We got 3 games starting at 11 and 12. So a lot to bet on, and then we have finally the NHL playoffs. I believe both series are sorry. Boston's up 3-1. With a chance to strangle the series, -230 to -225, 99% of the cash, 94% tickets. I would stay away from that because I wouldn't take Florida, but I'm certainly not going to pay the juice on that. Seattle, Colorado. Seattle that's a 2-2 series. Colorado opened at -200, gone to -172. So if you're going to take a dog, there's been more movement towards Seattle, but still 92% of the cash on Colorado, 85% of the tickets. I think the only way you're ever going to get value between the two is if you parlay them. Let's see what that comes out to if we go and do as you can see, this is the other pick that I really like today. You know what? Let's just lock this in. I was feeling comfortable with it. We're going to add in a Cavs Grizzlies half unit plus 132 parlay. And then we're going to come over here. What does a money line parlay spit out? Plus 190. I like that. Let's put 0.75 units on that. So I will have it posted, obviously, on the video. 0.75 units on this parlay. And then we will get into the PrizePicks. So let's do that now. I started loading up some lines, just looking at it, wanted to get into this quickly so these videos aren't quite as long for you guys. So you can watch them in the morning, get your picks up, and go. So we are going to look at the fantasy screen. We're going to head over to PrizePicks. There we go. So we're going to be using two screens today, fantasy screens, OddsJam. You do have to pay a subscription now. So they have free trials you can use. There's a bunch of codes. I would use them and still try to use it as much as you want. Decide if it's worth your money. I'm not going to make that decision for you. But I've also been using Prop Professor, which is free. And I think one thing that it does that OddsJam does not do is it looks for lines where there's a discrepancy. You can see here, PrizePicks has this line at 2, while the book line has it at 2.5. Now, the books, it's only plus 107. So obviously, even though the line's changed, they aren't completely sold on it. But that is something that OddsJam doesn't really show. I kind of use both of these to consult, but you'll see a lot of the same names. I mean, look, Kevin Kiermaier, Oswald Peraza. So don't be surprised when you see that. So let's get into the picks. Our first pick is actually the first one on here, Kevin Kiermaier. If we head over to props.cash, we will go to the total bases page. We will Kevin Kiermaier. You can see 2020 batting almost 300 against righties, and Michael Kopech is giving up more to righties. Just feels like a good matchup to get a single. Toronto, they're playing at home, so dome weather doesn't matter. I already added this. Kevin Kiermaier over bases. Next pick is going to be Oswald Peraza. You'll come back to the fantasy screen, minus 143 at Pinnacle, minus 140 at DraftKings. If we come over to the total bases, we can look at this. You can see batter doesn't have as much experience this year, only 10 plate appearances against Michael Kopech. Let's see. But also same philosophy on the picks. So let's go to, I don't know. We added that. Okay. That's what I thought. Am I reading this wrong? But that says Oswald Peraza plays for Toronto, and that's not correct. So maybe they're just messing that up. But Michael Kopech also is not pitching against the Yankees tonight. So there we go. Kenta Maeda. That's who's pitching tonight against them. Who is giving up a wow. Yeah. I'm good with that. So Oswald Peraza is going to get us a hit tonight. Total bases. I like it. So actually, of all of them, that's the one I'm the least sold on. So we will see. Giannis, over 35.5 points and assists. You can look at I didn't even go to his stats. I don't need to. Look, 35.5, 36.5 at every sports book, and it's moving to minus 111 and minus 110 there. That is just way too much value. So I'm not even going to look that up. That's an automatic just add. Josh Smith, total bases. We head over to props.cash. I will show you this one. Josh H. Smith, 2020 has not had the best season, but needs to get it going. But he has a great pitcher to go against. You can see, I just think this is a good matchup for him, although I don't love that he's so good against left-handed batters. So Josh Smith might be leaving our lineup. I don't want to be losing on a guy. I can't even see the name or picture of him. So we're going to take him out, actually. Hunter Dozier is going to be our next pick. The reason we're doing that, if you look at props, Prop Professor or OddsJam, same lines, minus 139 at Pinnacle, minus 141 at Caesars, yet we're only going to pay minus 119 when we're putting him in the 5 and 6 picks. So we look at Hunter Dozier, we can see he's a much better batter than he's playing, and he just hasn't really got it going, but you can see he's had good games here and there. Kansas City is playing. I guess they're playing in Arizona, so it doesn't matter as much, but still good conditions. It's going to be hot. He's going to get a hit. So I like Hunter Dozier on there. So there's 4 so far. Let's check out if we can't get something on the ice. So I don't love taking unders on shots on goal in the playoffs. It's just not a good way to make picks long term. It just stinks because you just have these like one guys who just get in front of a net and knock 3 pucks in and lose it immediately. So I like sticking with overs when it comes to shots on goal. Just in the playoffs, it's more in the regular season. You might have guys who kind of sit it out, but that doesn't happen as much. Against Colorado, he's hit this line several times. back on the road, which is a little more concerning. Let's see. When he's away, he doesn't have as much success. Oliver Bergstrand, but Sam Reinhart. And the reason we're looking at these are both stuck at 2, where I can get him at 2.5. Same thing, just not wonderful stats that I'm going to fall in love with, but they are at home, so that probably helps. Yeah, that's better. He's been hitting this 2 line way more frequently. I like that one. Let's add Sam Reinhart. Oh, no. We got to move quick. Okay. We got to move quick. We just lost both of our batters. This is a nightmare. Sam Reinhart over shots on goal. Okay, we got to get new batters. We just got to start adding because we're going to run out of picks. And I don't like that. Man, we lost Kevin. So Kiermaier and Peraza are gone. Let me see. Man. Well, we got to keep looking then. Let's see. Tristan Casas. I know I've heard that name before. We can see minus 138 at Pinnacle, minus 143 at Caesars, all the things we would be looking for. We're going to go to total bases. And Tristan Casas, Boston. Let's see. Better against lefty, better against left pitchers. Yeah, I like that matchup. So we're going to add him to our bases. Oh boy, we got a no face. It just means they're younger. It's okay. Let's see. Harrison Barnes steals. I don't mind that line. Yeah, that's right here. What is that line at? Or what is his success with that? I just want to see. Because last night I got hosed by who was that on the Celtic? Let's see. When he plays at home, he loves to steal the ball. Look at this. I mean, the guy loves to steal the ball. Well, yeah, I'm good with that. At home, they get a playoff turnover. Sure. Yeah, a playoff turnover. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is now. Had Harrison Barnes steal. Oh, that's RJ Barrett. Harrison Barnes. There you go. Okay. So we have over. The only thing I wish we had was a strikeout line. I love a good strikeout line. But, there's a good strikeout, but it's under. I don't love that as much. Let's see. I'm definitely not putting any more bases just because of the volatility. Anything else? Draymond points and assists. That's a scary thing to live on. Let's see. Are there any more line discrepancies that we want to take advantage of? That would be great. Not as much. I saw a couple strikeout lines. There's one. Singa. Hunter Dozier, Jake DeBrusque, Patrice Bergeron, Jake Swinsky, Brooke Lopez. Ooh, this one's interesting. Over 2.5 steals. Let's try that one. Okay, so we're going to try Brooke Lopez. Oh, come on. And then steals and blocks. Oh, my goodness. 1 day rest. Oh, but they're not at home. They're away. Oh, even better. Yes, that's the last. I love that pick. Okay. That is a perfect last pick. That's it. This is the 6th player. I'm locking it in before these lines change at all. But this is it. Giannis, over 35.5 points and assists. Hunter Dozier, 0.5 bases over. Sam Reinhart, over 2 shots on goal. Tristan Casas, over 0.5 bases. Harrison Barnes, 0.5 steals over. And Brooke Lopez, 2.5 blocks and steals. If you put a $20 entry in, you would win $500 on a 6 of 6. So we're going to get that locked in addition to our DraftKings bets that we talked about. And then we will have other picks posted on the Pickett, as well as the OddsJam Discord. So follow along today. We will have plenty of picks. Thank you for tuning in, and we will have more. So thanks.